I'd like to thank two of the organisations that are supporting us and calling on the Prime Minister to demand that the charges against Julian Assange are dropped. From Amnesty International, could you please come forward and say a few words? Chamira, Gamage.
Thanks, Mary. I'll try and keep this one short as well. Amnesty International is the largest human rights organisation in the world, with 8 million supporters and operating in 150 countries. In 2019 alone, we directly influenced over 55 cases, freeing people from wrongful imprisonment and saving lives through direct influence, policy change, mass activation and holding firm on human rights. Today, we are here to represent an Australian, a father, a son, brother, a victim of torture, a persecuted individual, Julian Assange. Thanks to Julian, we are more informed, we are more aware, we are more empowered as a democracy to take action against injustice, which is the core of Amnesty. On the day of his trial facing extradition to the US and possibly 175 years in prison, Amnesty International calls on the US and UK governments to drop all charges and halt the extradition of Julian Assange. The US government's unrelenting pursuit of Julian is nothing short of a full-scale assault on the right to freedom of expression, which goes against international human rights law and standards. His acts of publishing mirror conduct that investigative journalists undertake regularly in their professional capacity. Prosecuting him on these charges could have a chilling effect on this freedom, leading journalists to self-censor from fear of prosecution and therefore a less informed public. If he were to be sent to the US, Julian faces a real risk of further human rights violations, including possible detention conditions that would amount to torture and other ill treatment, such as prolonged solitary confinement. A few days ago, on the 21st of February, Amnesty launched a global petition and statement with close to 20,000 signatures already. Join us and add your name to the petition in support of Julian on our official Amnesty website. Amnesty understands that small individual actions create large-scale changes. We've seen it happen over and over, and that's what we call on everybody here to do today. We will continue this fight with you, and remember, if you want to defend the right to freedom of speech, you are Julian Assange. If you want to fight the injustices of the world, you are Julian Assange. And if you want your children to live in a world where they're empowered by information and not controlled by it, you are Julian Assange. Thank you.